Breaking news for every Australian on Centrelink: the government has just confirmed a brand new payment boost, and it's starting this month. Pensioners and DSP recipients are set to receive more money in their accounts as part of the latest cost of living update that could change the way millions manage their budgets. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an important Centrelink or pension update. And if you find this video helpful, please make sure to like and share it with others who might benefit from the latest information. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know about the new Centrelink payment increase, who's eligible, how much extra you'll get, and when the changes will appear in your bank account. So stay tuned till the end for all the details. The federal government has confirmed a new update that's set to impact millions of Australians this month. The latest Centrelink payment boost comes as part of the government's ongoing cost of living relief strategy, offering a small but significant rise in key social payments, including the age pension, disability support pension, and career payment. The change has sparked a nationwide conversation, some calling it a much-needed lifeline, others saying it's far from enough to deal with the financial pressure Australians are facing right now. From the beginning of this month, eligible pensioners will notice an automatic increase in their regular payments. For single recipients, the boost is just under $30 a fortnight, while couples combined will see close to $45 more every 2 weeks. While this might not sound like much to some, for households living on a fixed income, every extra dollar helps cover the essentials: food, power bills, rent, transport, and healthcare. The government says this increase reflects the latest inflation data and wage movements, ensuring that the value of support payments doesn't fall behind rising costs. Officials explained that this adjustment is part of the standard twice-yearly indexation process, but the timing couldn't be more important. With grocery prices up, energy bills continuing to climb, and rent at record highs, thousands of pensioners say they're struggling to make ends meet. For many, this extra bit of money will go straight to basic needs, often to make up for what's already missing from the budget. Some say it might mean being able to buy fresh food again, fill up the car, or simply keep the lights on a little longer. But critics argue that the increase still doesn't reflect the true reality of living costs in Australia today. Advocacy groups have been pushing for deeper reform, saying that while indexation helps, it only maintains the status quo. The gap between living expenses and pension payments continues to grow, leaving many older Australians and those on the disability support pension facing impossible choices about where to cut back. The government insists it is listening. A spokesperson said that more targeted support measures are under review, including possible adjustments to rent assistance and energy subsidies before the end of the year. While these proposals haven't yet been finalized, it's clear the pressure from the community and economic conditions alike are pushing for stronger action. For pensioners, the breakdown of this new payment boost means a single person receiving the full age pension will now receive around $1,116 per fortnight. Couples combined will receive about $1,682. These figures include both the base rate and relevant supplements that form part of the regular payment structure. The disability support pension has also risen by the same amount, meaning equality across the major income support categories. Carers, too, will see a modest increase that acknowledges the rising cost of providing full-time care in today's economy. Importantly, this isn't a one-off bonus or special grant. It's a permanent adjustment built into the ongoing payment system, which means the rate stays higher going forward. Every 6 months, these rates are reviewed again, so if inflation continues to move up, further increases could follow in 2026. Beyond the payment boost, this month's update also includes adjustments to the income and asset test thresholds. That means some Australians who previously missed out on payments might now qualify for a part pension or see a small top-up in their regular rate. The new asset limits sit at roughly $321,500 for single homeowners and about $481,500 for couples who own their home. For non-homeowners, the limits are higher, close to $580,000 for singles and $740,000 for couples. These thresholds are designed to reflect changes in the property market and inflation over time. For people with investments or savings, the deeming rates, which determine how much income is assumed from financial assets, remain unchanged at 0.75% for the lower threshold and 2.75% for amounts above that. This system aims to ensure fairness for retirees with modest savings who rely on both investment returns and government support. Despite the government's assurances, not everyone is convinced the changes are enough. Many pensioners and people with disabilities have taken to community forums and social media to share frustration that the extra few dollars won't make much difference when power bills are up more than 15%, grocery prices have soared, and rent increases continue to hit record levels. One viewer commented that the extra money would barely cover a loaf of bread and a carton of milk. Others said it feels more like a gesture than a genuine solution. Economic experts have mixed views. Some say the indexation process is crucial to preserving the real value of payments and preventing people from falling further behind. But others point out that this approach only maintains parity with inflation rather than improving anyone's quality of life. As one analyst put it, indexation keeps the ship afloat, but it doesn't lift anyone out of the water. The government would need to implement structural changes, not just periodic adjustments, to make a real difference. The Treasurer, in a recent statement, said that the government is aware of these challenges and is working carefully to balance budget sustainability with social responsibility. The cost of providing welfare and pension support continues to rise each year, and officials say the focus remains on targeting assistance to those who need it most. Still, many Australians believe that after decades of contribution to the workforce and economy, pensioners deserve a more comfortable and secure standard of living in retirement. For those receiving the disability support pension, this update also brings clarity on reporting and eligibility. Centrelink has reminded all recipients to ensure their details are current and that any changes to income or living arrangements are reported promptly. This prevents overpayment or underpayment issues that can cause stress and financial difficulty. Officials also note that MyGov services are being streamlined to make it easier for recipients to view their updated payment summaries and see exactly how much their new rate will be. Meanwhile, advocacy groups for people with disabilities are calling for more transparency in how indexation is calculated. They argue that while CPI adjustments are helpful, they don't always match the actual expenses faced by people with disabilities, who often have higher medical, transport, and equipment costs than the general population. Many of these costs rise faster than the general inflation rate, meaning the real value of the payment continues to erode over time. On the other hand, some community groups have welcomed the boost, saying it shows that at least the government is paying attention. Even a small rise can make a difference for pensioners on tight budgets, particularly those in rural areas where living expenses are slightly lower, but access to services is limited. For some, it's the difference between running the heater on a cold night or going without. Another important aspect of this update is the automatic application of changes. Recipients do not need to fill out any forms or contact Centrelink. The updated rate will appear in bank accounts automatically within the regular payment cycle. However, those who receive multiple benefits or supplementary payments should double-check their MyGov account to confirm that the new amounts are reflected correctly. While this latest announcement has dominated headlines, it's part of a much larger story. Australia's population is aging rapidly, And as more people reach retirement age, the strain on the pension system continues to grow. Economists say the government will eventually need to make big decisions about how to sustain long-term funding while ensuring payments remain adequate. This could mean future reforms to taxation, superannuation, or means testing, rules areas that are often politically sensitive but economically necessary. The government's official position is that the system remains sustainable for now thanks to careful budget management and regular review. But critics argue that focusing on sustainability without addressing adequacy misses the point. They say it's not enough to keep the system running. It must run well enough to ensure dignity for all Australians in their later years. In practical terms, Australians watching this update should be aware that the payment changes are already in motion. Anyone currently receiving the age pension, disability support pension, or carer payment should check their next deposit to confirm the new amount. Those who believe they might now qualify for a part payment based on the new thresholds can check eligibility through the Centrelink website or by contacting Services Australia. As this month's increase takes effect, the conversation around fairness and financial security continues. For some, the news brings a bit of relief, a sign that the government hasn't forgotten them in the midst of inflation and political debate. For others, it's a reminder of how much further Australia still has to go in supporting its most vulnerable citizens. The coming months will show whether this latest adjustment eases some of the strain or if further action will be necessary. Economists expect another review in early 2026, which could lead to another round of increases if inflation doesn't cool down. Until then, the focus remains on how Australians can stretch every dollar and make the most of the support available to them. The broader message from this announcement is that while the government can't fix the cost of living crisis overnight, these small steps aim to keep people from falling further behind. Whether they go far enough remains the question on everyone's mind. The new Centrelink payment boost marks another chapter in Australia's long-running effort to maintain fairness in an increasingly difficult economy. It's a reminder that behind every statistic are real people, pensioners, carers, and individuals with disabilities, each trying to live with dignity and stability amid rising costs and uncertain times. As the changes take effect, the hope is that even a modest increase can bring a bit of relief, and that more meaningful reforms are still to come. That's all for today's update on the new Centrelink payment boost, starting this month. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with others who rely on Centrelink payments. It really helps spread the word. Stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next update.